Hello and welcome to the Inboden's channel. Today Tom, our owner, is going to be taking you through using one of the brine kits that we sell in our store. So sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Today what we're going to do is that we're going to brine some meat, and this is a product that we make here that in our own facility. We have our own spice room, so we do a lot of different flavor profiles, make them from scratch. This is the Inboden brine kit. Basically inside this kit, what we have here is we have a seasoning pack which has some flavoring, some water-soluble flavorings, very lightly, very difficult to pick up on, along with some enhancements that are basically salt and sugar, a couple of other items in there. And this we make in-house. And in our brine kit, we have included a large vacuum bag, although you don't need to pull a vacuum on this bag, and then a zip tie to cook your bag, a couple of them. So the first thing in the brine kit is what we're going to do is that we're going to go 3 quarts of hot water, very hot water.
While Tom is off getting that hot water, I'm going to take this opportunity to sneak you guys into our spice room so I can show you how we come up with our proprietary blends and flavor profiles. Let's take a quick look.
No pictures!
Or maybe we'll just keep that secret for now.
Okay, now what we're doing is that we've got 3 quarts of hot water. The purpose for the hot water is just to allow all of these ingredients to dissolve correctly. And so we're going to add that into 3 quarts of very, very hot water. And then we're going to stir it. If you don't have a whip, you can use a spoon or a fork or anything like that. But we want to make sure that this brine solution at 3 quarts is homogeneous. Now it says do this on top of the stove. You don't have to get this boiling, you just got to get it hot and make sure that you don't have any items down in the bottom of your container. Take the bag, put that in there, like so. As you can see, we've got a minimal amount of materials in there, so most of it is completely dissolved, and that's the purpose of the hot water. Now, you can't put meat in hot water and then put it in your refrigerator due to food safety concerns, so this is where the 5 quarts of ice come in, just to reduce the temperature of that brine. And she's feeling very cold to the touch right now. So we've got that pretty good. And then today you can use brine for all different types of proteins. You can use it now. Today we're going to use it on an upper beef side rib. But over here I have a rack of pork meaty back ribs. You can do it on spare ribs. We have a bone-in pork shoulder, either bone or boneless. You can do poultry, either chicken or turkey or duck. And then right here, we've got a whole beef brisket that certainly can brine. You can brine just about anything that you want as far as the species. The purpose for brining is to increase the moisture holding capacity of the meat. It opens up the cell walls and accepts moisture into it, so when you smoke something, bake it, it increases the water holding capacity and gives you a more juicy, more flavorful piece of meat because you've got some basic background flavors in your brine. Then we're going to take this upper beef side rib, we're going to put it into the brine, we're going to let it brine overnight. Tomorrow morning we will take it out. Once you have your product brine, you don't have to necessarily take it to your smokehouse or your charcoal or whatever. It can stay brined for several days inside your refrigerator, but you don't want to leave your product in the brine too long because it can then acquire a salty flavor, which you don't want. Now, you can take your brined product, you can put it in a can, put it in your refrigerator, you can put it into a plastic bucket, and any type of utensil that if the bag happened to leak, that you wouldn't get it inside your refrigerator. But as you can see, that piece of meat in that bag is completely covered with the brine. Now, I've got another pan here, which is the stainless steel pan that we put in there, and obviously it's completely submerged. If you have a very low pan, but it's a good size pan, you can put your product in there, but you know, maybe before you go to bed at night, flip it over in your refrigerator so that if one side's out of the brine, the other side will be in. But that does work. Many times you don't even have to have that side in the brine because the flavors will pull up through the meat. So there we go. Now tomorrow, when this is done, what we're going to do is we're going to rub the outside with a little bit of smoked sugar that we make here, and then it's going to go into the smokehouse or into the smoker, and it's going to get smoked for 11 to 13 hours. And again, any type of meat that you want to brine works well. Here, we're going to look at it, and it is just going to be as tender as can be and juicy. Look at that juice coming out of there after 12, 14 hours of smoke time, and just as tender as can be. Look at that. It's just shredding apart. Isn't that nice? That's a real, that's as tender as can be. That's tenderoni. Tenderoni is what that is. And look at that. Now, we're going to take that thing and we're going to wrap it in foil, and we're going to take it in, and we're going to enjoy it here in a little bit. And that's a brined upper beef side rib, and great on the smoker. Do them in the oven, and going to be as tender as can be.
After an overnight brine and nearly 14 hours in the smoker, the only thing left was to enjoy it.
Delicious.
See that? And then the
Wonderful.
These ribs were absolutely incredible. If you guys want to try your hand at brining, feel free to stop by the store today and pick up one of our kits. They're super easy to use and the results are mouth-watering. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And if you want to stay up to date on all the latest Inboden's content, be sure to ring that bell. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.